Many new arrivals to the capital are bursting with enthusiasm and energy, but sadly there's another side to the immigration coin. Groups of rough sleepers from overseas are congregating in a shadowy hidden world that most Londoners never see. And as our reporter Gareth Furby discovered, even getting into some of these places can be quite a challenge.
London at night as we know it, but go out after dark with people who know where to look, and you'll find things that might be hard to believe.
Yeah, we can show it, yeah. That's what you have to explain, I'll just...
Under a flyover on one of London's biggest roads, the North Circular, a team of outreach workers from a charity have found something.
Yeah, we can see some clothes hanging up on the fence. They've been washed, they're being dried. And as we keep moving our torches across, we come across 3 tents.
They're shining torches across the River Lee, looking at a camp they're calling the Fortress.
We believe there's about 10 people here. It may be more.
Because the only way in is using a ladder from the middle of the flyover lanes.
What they're doing is crossing the road and then climbing down to get to the ladder that they've built. That is the only access to the site, besides having a boat.
We're following teams of workers from the charity Thames Reach.
You would not like to fall down there.
And what they want to do is offer the people living here some support.
How many guys down here? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots of people. Have the police come to see you here? No. There's no police? He's not seen them? No, okay.
The team wants to meet them, but they decide it's just too dangerous.
They're almost in a little fortress underneath the road. This is not somewhere that's going to be safe for an outreach team to access by ourselves.
They're going to come back another time. But their work goes on. In Edmonton, on another night, they come across this.
Hello, sorry to bother you. Does anyone speak English in here?
In a disused garage by a housing estate, the team find a Polish couple called Bogdan and Eva. And this has been their home for a long time.
He spoke to Eva, and Eva's told us that she came to the UK 6 years ago. They said for about 2 years they've been living in this garage.
Please me help.
We're going to try and help you.
You help.
One of the things the team offer is a flight home, with support if necessary to beat alcohol or drug addiction. But on this visit, either because it's not wanted or they don't understand, the offer's turned down.
Would you like to go back to Poland?
Yes, Polish.
Yeah? Would you go to Poland if we could help you?
No.
Many of the locations are reported by the public. On a typical night across London, there's around 30 to check out. And in Tottenham, the team finds a man who does want to go back home. Tell me why you want to go back home.
Because I don't wanna live like that.
Thomas, who's 24, had a job in a bakery, but lost it.
If your mum knew, what would your mum say if she knew you were sleeping here? Would she be sad or...?
Yeah, very sad.
And for 2 months, he's been sleeping here, by the refuse chute at the top of a council block.
You're from Lithuania, yeah? How long have you been in this country for?
4 years, maybe 4.5.
Because what we do is we work with the embassies, and we can work with you to support you to go home.
I come here because I want make money before.
And how has it turned out?
Now why I live here? Because I'm lost.
But what about that camp we saw before, underneath the North Circular? Who lives there? To find out, we decided to pay our own visit. We could see the ladder, but it looked too risky. So instead we crossed the River Lee. And once in the camp, there was no avoiding the noise from vehicles thundering overhead. But up to 20 people may live here, all of them from Romania. Marianne showed us his tent.
The noise is really loud here.
We go to bed at around 10 o'clock and we can barely manage to get to sleep for more than 3 to 4 hours. If we want to go and live in the woods, they'll chase us away from that place. This is the only place we can live in.
George, a father of 2, came to London about a month ago and says he needs money to support his family.
The problem is, if we wanted to get a proper rented place, we'd pay around £50 a week. But you can't find a job all the time, and you get stressed that you can't pay the rent.
Most of the men here came from one Roma community in southeast Romania, and Florin, a father of 1, told us how they'd made the ladder.
Am găsit și noi 2 lanți din ăștia, cum se spune, și nu am avut ciocan.
We found some wood, some nails, and 2 chains. We managed to build it up with our bare hands, and we used some rocks as a hammer, almost like in the Stone Age.
The men stay in these conditions because they can pick up casual building work nearby for about £50 a day. But if they want support, the charity will want to help. And in the past 6 years, 2,700 people have accepted their offer of a flight back home. I'm going to Poland to meet one of them. Tucked away in a forest is a treatment centre for homeless people funded by the Polish government. It's the first stop for some who come back from London. Tanya says that decision saved her life. 18 months ago, she was an alcoholic, sleeping on a mattress in a cemetery in Brent. But as soon as she flew back home, her treatment began.
This was the first place I felt safe and warm, the first place I felt at home.
Hania had hoped to find a new life in London with her daughter, but ended up homeless after they fell out. Now, back in Poland, she's rebuilding her life and relationships with her family.
In London, you know it's beautiful, but it's not for me. I'm happy with the life I've got. It's enough for me. I left the past behind.
Back in London, the Thames Reach team return to the North Circular.
I don't want us to die, Ben.
They want to offer support and that chance to fly back home if anyone's interested.
It's like a tomb or something down here.
But it's too dangerous for them to go down.
I'm not too sure about climbing down there.
They decide to wait for the men to get up and talk to them as they leave the camp. But this isn't easy.
Hello, mate. Hello. You all right?
The men don't seem very interested.
Do you work in construction?
Yeah.
They don't stop to talk.
See you later, guys. Okay. See you, mate.
And the one man who will says he arrived 2 days ago after being told about the camp by friends, and he needs to earn money because he owns a property in Spain.
I have a mortgage for a home in Spain, so I need to pay it. I don't really like to be rough sleeping here. I'm not used to this kind of life.
But for some, this is now a lifestyle they're prepared to put up with. Well known to some charity workers, but hidden from most Londoners. And this city still working out how best to deal with it.